25. Exam results. So the government, at the very last minute, have altered 40% of the estimated grades given to students who of course haven't been able to sit exams this year due to the coronavirus. Not only leaving thousands of teenagers disappointed, but essentially jeopardising their futures and many hopes of further education, as well as future opportunities. Teachers are calling the government's handling of this a rolling disaster. These estimated grades were altered 2 days before the students got their results. Gavin Williamson, Chief Secretary of Education, said that the estimated grades given out by teachers were too optimistic, and that these grades would have made this year stand out too much in comparison to last year and next year. What? Look, we are in a pandemic, amongst a shitload of other things that have happened this year, many of which are fucking surreal. So I highly fucking doubt that it's the exam results that are going to make this year stand out from the rest. What I find far worse about the situation is, Gavin Williamson didn't actually get any teachers to reassess the students and their grades. In fact, he didn't even get anybody to reassess the students and their grades. He opted for an algorithm to do this, which is fucking insane. So he's saying that he doesn't want this year to stand out. But what he's actually done is made it stand out even more by choosing a fucking algorithm to define the futures of thousands of students. A fucking algorithm. What an idiot. I'm not being funny, but that's pure fuckery. People are calling for Gavin Williamson to resign, and I completely fucking agree with them. Gavin Williamson is the same person who refused to have a sit-down meeting and talk about bringing the black curriculum into schools. What do you expect? Fuck that guy. Oi, listen, remember when Boris Johnson said we had a fucking world-beating test and trace app? Fucking jokes, innit? I'm not gonna talk about it, I just thought it'd be funny to bring it up. Okay, fuck it, maybe a little bit. So our government's well-beaten test and trace app has only traced around 56% of cases, whereas the apps that have been set up by some of the local councils of the country are tracing over 90% of the cases. So it seems that our government's well-beaten app can't even beat the apps of some of its own areas. So that's the thing. Coronavirus cases in the UK are up, and they are going up, and have been going up gradually since July 7th. Wednesday saw us hit 1,148 cases, coincidentally on the same day that the government was unable to publish the information on their website. But luckily every other website managed to publish the data without any issues. So I guess that's fine. 23 areas on local lockdowns, with what appears to be no financial assistance whatsoever. But we're all being told to go out and spend money that we haven't got to save the economy. The government shouldn't be applying pressure to us to save the economy, when it's in fact the government that have been fucking the economy for years. So fuck them. People are used to working from home, but Boris Johnson would rather you go to an office and risk your health, just so he's got an excuse to build more buildings and house more offices. So bollocks to him. I'm not working in a fucking office block, you mad? Right, a train derailed due to weather conditions in Aberdeenshire this week. 3 people lost their lives. This comes literally a month after Network Rail were issued a warning directly from the Office of Rail and Road, stating issues with vulnerabilities within their network. But it's only now, after 3 people have lost their lives, that Network Rail have pledged to make changes. This is another example of companies being negligent and ignoring the safety issues, which has now led to loss of life. So I hope the families of the victims sue the fuck out of Network Rail, because this shit is unacceptable. Right, so obviously if you're watching this, you are very aware that the new trendy thing to try and take attention away from our government's incredible failures is of course these god-awful people trying to cross the English Channel on rubber fucking dinghies to scrounge our hard-earned fucking money, am I right? These fucking brown people coming over here and taking our fucking jobs and that. What? So are they taking our jobs or are they taking our money? Which one is it? Bollocks. That's some bullshit narrative, fuck that. In September 2015, the image of Alan Kurdi, the 3-year-old that was found dead on a beach in Turkey, was on the front page of all of our newspapers. The Mirror called it unbearable. The Daily Mail called Alan Kurdi a victim of a human catastrophe. The Sun newspaper even launched a campaign to save thousands of migrants. But now, just over 5 years later, when they're crossing the channel to come to our country, it seems to be a fucking issue. The YouGov survey said that 49% of Brits felt hardly any sympathy towards those crossing the channel. To me, I find that statistic fucking embarrassing. Priti Patel going out there on a fucking boat and deploying this Channel Threat Commander or whatever the fuck it's called is fucking bollocks. Priti Patel's behaviour is fucking disgusting, especially as she comes from a family of migrants. But I guess it's different for her. I mean, talk about forgetting your own fucking history. And journalists going out there with a fucking mic on a stick trying to interview people that have fled war zones with their families and kids and whatever, hoping to get some sort of fucking exclusive for their broadcaster, or maybe even a boat fucking capsizing. That can fuck off as well. There are over 30 million displaced refugees around the world, and the UK is home to only 1% of them. And it is 100% legal to seek asylum in any country that signed the 1951 Asylum Convention Agreement, which we did, by the way. So all this bullshit about it being illegal needs to stop. Its terminology is just like that and the spread of misinformation that plants seeds of racism. And we all know that racism is not really a fucking vibe these days, is it? How fucking dare Priti Patel say that people seeking asylum is illegal? It's a complete lie and a fabrication. I'm really sorry about this, but she's a stupid fucking bitch. I'm not fucking sorry. I'm not sorry for nothing. She can get fucked. I guess that would make a change from her fucking everyone else over. Gotcha. Seen as it's us, the British, with our love of corrupt governments and supporting a corrupt government, as well as our love of not only bombing countries, but selling bombs to other countries to bomb countries, makes us part of the reason that these people are seeking asylum in the first place. So on behalf of the UK, I'd like to say a massive Mi Casa es Su Casa. Right then, Kamala Harris. Joe Biden revealed that Kamala Harris is his vice president-elect. This is being seen as a huge historic moment. Kamala Harris is a former district attorney of San Francisco and also served as Attorney General in California until 2017. She is of black and Asian descent, like myself, and this makes her the first person of her ethnicity to become a VP candidate, as well as the first female vice president candidate. Donald Trump, surprisingly enough, has already started spreading falsities about her by saying that he's heard that she's not eligible to be a VP candidate because apparently it's under question whether she was born in the United States. So Trump is doing the birth certificate thing again. Is that what he's doing? Kamala Harris was born in Oakland, California. So I guess Donald Trump is just doing the same thing what he did with Obama when he accused him of not having a birth certificate and saying that he had people investigated it. But of course take no notice because Donald Trump is full of shit. I've never known in my entire life someone to bullshit as much as Donald Trump. You know when you got that kid in school that bullshits all the time?
On holiday in Spain one year, me and my mate took a peddler out and we went to Africa.
Imagine if that kid became president. Like, fuck that shit. Now, by no means am I defending Kamala Harris one bit. She has a history of incarcerating people who have been arrested under possession of marijuana, as well as sending trans women to male prisons, as well as denying trans prisoners healthcare. She supported Donald Trump when he was escalating war in Syria, and she voted to increase his military budget. She also sent an innocent man to jail. Jamal Truelove was wrongfully convicted by Kamala Harris for the murder of his friend Siu Kuka in 2007. He was initially sentenced to 50 years in prison, and it wasn't until a retrial in 2015 that a judge came to the decision that Jamal Truelove was in fact framed by San Francisco police. He was later awarded a $13 million settlement. And unfortunately, he's not the only person who's been wrongfully convicted under Kamala Harris. There's a lot of them, do your research. A good thing to be mindful of is that out of all of the bad things that Kamala Harris has done in the past, none of them are being scrutinised or picked apart by the opposition. Instead, they're choosing to spread misinformation on whether she was born in the United States of America or not. So what does that tell you? The thing is, I'm not saying that Americans should vote for Donald Trump, but I'm also not suggesting they don't vote. To my American friends, my point is, do not be fooled with the guise of progression. Know who you're voting for, and know that this is not where the fight ends. America, much like ourselves, is stuck in a two-party system. But realistically, a broken ankle is better than a broken leg. In my opinion, the current mission is to get Donald Trump out of office and then go from there. But that's just my opinion. Oh, and one more thing. There is a black female VP candidate for the Green Party by the name of Angela Walker. But of course the media is paying zero attention to that. But what are you expecting? The media to report the news? So anyway, that's enough for me. If you're a friend of mine, please share this video. If not, it's totally fine. Take care of yourselves and see you later.